Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I'm so grateful that you have joined us for this little while. We are going to use our imaginations today and play. So are you ready to get started? Let's go. So let's begin with our 3 nice, really deep breaths. First, breathing into the chest, front of your chest, your upper rib cage. Just filling it up, feeling your chest expand. Hold it for a moment and then let it go. And now let's breathe into the chest and the upper back. Just imagine filling up your rib cage. Feel all those muscles stretch out just a little, the skin. Hold it for just a minute and then and now take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Breathe into your chest, your rib cage, and all the way down into your belly. Just take a nice deep breath. Fill up your belly. Feel everything in your torso expand just a little. And hold it for as long as is comfortable, and then release it. And release it really slowly. And allow that release to ground you, to anchor you into your body. And as we begin this meditation, you may notice your breathing slowing down just a little bit. Your heart rate will slow down just a little bit, and your brain will go into the brain wave of meditation, which is very peaceful and much more noticeable when you come out of it than when you go into it. So before we get into the deepest part of the meditation, let's relax our bodies. And we're going to play with our inner child, our inner children today. So imagine curling up in a ball, like tightening everything up, like you're playing hide and seek and you need to curl up. So you you tuck your chin, you pull your shoulders forward, maybe you grab your knees and you pull them up to your belly, and you curl your toes, squeeze your arms in, and just squeeze everything for a breath cycle. Squeeze, 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 and then let it all go. So we talked a little bit about our inner children last week. Your inner child, my inner child. And I think that most of us were born in a generation where children weren't honored as fully as they could be. Let's just put it delicately like that. Whether it's with teachers, dismissing a child, humiliating you in front of the other students, or whether it was your parents or even grandparents or siblings. But we are sweet, vulnerable children at our heart. And last week we talked about, some of those wounds. But sometimes the best way to resolve a wound is with play. So I had a therapist say to me years ago that most of us learn and grow through pain. But what if you could learn and grow a different way? And he said, through love, and I think also through play, through laughter. So I invite you to settle in and picture yourself. Maybe there's a picture, a photograph that you have of yourself at a certain age that you really kind of identify with. But choose whichever age you want. It could be infant maybe, although infants can't play that well, but maybe your inner infant just needs to be held. And if that's the case, just listen along for the meditation and while you hold your baby self. But if you are if you are relating to yourself at a different age, maybe 4, 6, 8, 12, bring to mind yourself at that age. And then imagine like the most awesome place to play when you were that age. So it might be a tree house or a playhouse. It could be a fort, or it could be, a playground. Maybe you like to play sports and it was on a field or at a roller skating rink. Just take a moment, I'll be quiet, for you to just think about, first of all, the place, the where. Where are we going to visit with our inner child? And now just spend a little time picturing yourself, your inner child and yourself at this place. It could be a park bench, could be on bicycles. But just picture the two of you together. And maybe you're holding hands. Maybe your child is sitting on your lap. One of the things that I love about having grandkids is having them sit on my lap, and when they push their whole bodies into your chest, like they're so safe and comfortable there. So imagine your inner child feeling very safe and comfortable with you. And ready to have some fun. So picture what you want to do. And picture what toys might be around. Is it dolls? Is it a baseball glove? Is it a bike, roller skates? There's so many that I probably am forgetting. Maybe it's a board game. Maybe you're playing hide and seek. And so cozy up together and decide what it is, what you and your inner child together deciding what it is exactly you want to do. And notice, before you get started, any sounds. If you're outside, maybe there's birds, maybe there's, laughter or children's voices in the distance or nearby. Maybe you're sitting in front of a TV watching your favorite show. Or maybe it's music and you're dancing. Or watching fireworks, maybe. My guides just told me to stop making suggestions and let you come up with your own. So I'll be quiet for a minute and you can figure out what it smells like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, what it looks like where you are. Now let's take some time listening to the inner child. What does your inner child want to tell you? Maybe they're going to tell you their favorite thing to do. And now let's just picture ourselves having fun with our inner child. Maybe you choose to invite yourself at a couple of different ages. This is your visualization. You can make it whatever you want. But notice two key things. One, that your inner child feels safe. And the other, that your inner child feels happy. I invite you to let yourself feel playful, lighthearted. And maybe now you go and have a treat. Maybe it's ice cream, maybe it's hot chocolate, or whatever it is that you like. Muffins, cookies, maybe it's broccoli or carrots. Whatever your inner child feels like is a treat. And maybe at the end of the day or the end of your time together, you do something else really special. Perhaps it's after dark and you look up at the stars. Or it's summertime and you catch fireflies. Or you have a swing and you swing in the swing. Notice that it's not as important what you do as that you're together, that you are creating a safe, happy place for your inner self, your inner child, which will translate to creating safe, happy places in your life for you as an adult. So your last assignment for this week, and I would love if you would respond and let me know how you do it, is to do something playful, perhaps childlike. Maybe you go to the dollar store and get crayons or markers and a coloring book and you color. Or you play with Play-Doh. If you haven't played with Play-Doh in a long time, there's something visceral about the smell of Play-Doh that will bring you back. I highly encourage you to buy yourself a toy this week. And like I said, you can go to the dollar store and you don't have to spend a lot of money. But just to remind yourself that you have that delightful inner child that still loves to play, that still loves to laugh and have fun, that still feels safe in the world and feels safe with you. Let's take a deep breath. And remember what delightful children we were. So thank you so much for joining me, and I encourage you to do this meditation on your own many times. As you're falling asleep at night, just bring to mind happy childhood memories. Hear yourself laugh. Remember times when you laughed with your friends or your family. Because there's that spark of light and divinity in you that seeks to bless you and bless the world around you. So thank you so much again for joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. And I want to remind you that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. And if you think about your inner child, you don't have any trouble telling them that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are, in the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power moving in, through, and as you. Namaste.